Arising from the partnering of Mid-American Indian Fellowships, Project Warm Embrace, and the Cheyenne River Sioux Tribe of South Dakota, Dr. Sherry Mullinger of the Hermann, Missouri area created Compassionate Veterinary Care in the fall of 2006. Dr. Sherry first went to Bridger, South Dakota, on the Cheyenne River Indian Reservation 2 years ago with other members of Mid-American Indian Fellowships to help with economic development projects sponsored by Project Warm Embrace. During this trip, Dr. Sherry befriended Byron Buffalo, the pastor of the local United Church of Christ Church, and two local horsemen, Ben Alpeagle and Ted Miner. During the time spent at Bridger, they discussed some of the needs of the local people with respect to animal care and the difficulties encountered in trying to obtain veterinary services in their remote area. While preparing for a return trip in the summer of 2006, Dr. Sherry decided to take along a few basic animal health supplies in case the need for her help would arise during the visit. While visiting Cherry Creek, a community about 30 miles from Bridger, a dog in need of veterinary care was brought to the attention of Dr. Sherry and her husband Bud, a veterinary technician. The needed care was provided. At this point, Dr. Sherry and Bud knew they wanted to do what they could to help the people at Cheyenne River with the care of their animals. Future plans could include taking the service to other areas where veterinary care is not readily available. A few words from Dr. Sherry.
Providing veterinary care in remote or impoverished regions is needed because animals themselves are important in the circle of life, and they make a difference in people's lives in many ways. To name just a few, animals aid in rodent control, teach responsibility to children, can be of service to the sick or disabled, or be a source of income. They can be necessary in certain occupations, such as a farm or ranch hand, and in many cases provide much-needed companionship and unconditional love. On more than one occasion, I have heard colleagues in my own profession say, animals are a luxury. People who cannot afford to care for them properly should not have them. While this may be true in theory, it is not the way things are. People who have a place in their heart for animals will keep them, love them, and do what they can in their situation to take care of them. Sometimes this means giving the animal the best of everything available, and sometimes it means little more than food, water, and attention. The animal does not have a choice in these matters, and they are mostly dependent upon humans for their needs. Regardless of who the owner of an animal is, or what their financial situation is, I believe the animal should have some basic health needs provided, and someone willing to provide compassionate veterinary care.
Dr. Sherry is now licensed to practice veterinary medicine in South Dakota as well as in Missouri, and plans to take 2 to 3 trips annually to the Bridger, Cherry Creek, and Red Scaffold areas in South Dakota. As of September 2007, the Mullingers, along with other members of Mid-American Indian Fellowships, have made 4 trips to the Cheyenne River Indian Reservation to help with animal care. Services provided have included equine dental work, castrations, and hoof trimming, plus canine and feline spays, neuters, vaccinations, and other general health care issues. Currently, construction of a small home-based veterinary clinic is underway in central Missouri. From this clinic, Dr. Sherry plans to offer low-cost, donation-based veterinary services to areas of Missouri as needed, in addition to the trips to South Dakota. This is not intended to be a free service, but rather based upon a suggested donation to help defray the cost of drugs, treatments, surgeries, and laboratory procedures. Animal owners will be free to make the decision to give the recommended donation, a lesser or greater donation, or no donation. Needed veterinary care will not be refused due to the financial situation of the owner. At this time, money needed to provide veterinary services and travel has been derived from Mullinger's personal funds, private donations, and the sale of handcrafted items made by the people at the Cheyenne River Indian Reservation. Currently, other resources of funding are being investigated. Anyone interested in donating to help with these much-needed animal care services being provided by Compassionate Veterinary Care and Mid-American Indian Fellowships can contact Dr. Sherry or Bud at Compassionate Veterinary Care, LLC, P.O. Box 320, Hermann, Missouri 65041, or call 573-252-4494.